All right, you people in Texas, let me show you where you're going wrong when you're applying your Hydretain. All right, check this out. When you get that Hydretain, this is the foreplay. This is the new formula right here. All right, and this is the Granular. All right, trying to make this quick. Let me show you my yard real quick. I haven't watered, like I said, in a week. I'm a little different here. We're not having 100-degree weather. All right, this stuff right here, this is what people make their mistake when they get the Hydretain. You cannot just take this Hydretain and spray it on your yard and water it in. You're gonna have to take and water the yard thoroughly to get that ground underneath the grass to get soft. Hydretain will not absorb on a crunchy lawn. All right, once you get it moist, it's best to do this late in the evening. Come back, hit it with this. All right, once you hit it with this, then you got to come back and water that stuff in. The very next morning, I would water the yard again. Hydretain is not going to prevent you from watering your yard. This stuff just helps draw moisture towards the root zone. All right, so once you do that, you got to water as normal. Now, when you got 100-degree weather, it's going to be a little bit different, guys. You're going to have to water more often than normal, but what it's going to do is it's going to help your grass stay healthier. And if it does go dormant, it can rebound just a tad bit faster. Let me show you something about the granular. With this Granular, same thing. Your yard needs to be watered before you apply this. I'm not saying apply this to a wet lawn, but what I'm telling you is you need to hydrate the grass before you start applying chemicals. That goes for fertilizer, anything, herbicides. Your lawn needs to be hydrated. Do not apply any product unless stated. But the lawn needs to be hydrated to its fullest. When your lawn is hydrated, it's able to absorb stuff better. When your lawn is dehydrated, it's going to have a hard time absorbing. I don't care if you spray a chelated iron on your grass. Do not spray it on a grass that's already struggling from a drought. Get it hydrated first, then apply the chemical. The advantage of applying the Granular is this. You could put it down, you got a couple of days to get it actually watered in. All right, but I'm not a component of that. Now, if you saw my video that's currently doing pretty good on Instagram, I like to put it down before a rainstorm. Not a gully washer, but a rainstorm so that stuff can get rained in. That's gonna be your best friend right there. The gallon right here, that's just a replacement so you can fill up these when they run out. Don't throw this away. Now, you can use this in a hose-in sprayer. You can put it in a backpack sprayer, all that good stuff. But I prefer these because they don't, this stuff is kind of thick. All right. It has a surfactant built in, so it's going to be a little bit gummy. But you want to get this stuff watered in ASAP. So after you apply the Hydretain, guys, I'm just putting this out there. It's not going to prevent your grass from going dormant. It's not going to keep your grass green without hydration. Don't get the way it works mixed up. Some people are thinking you can just spray it down and it works like that. It does not work like that. It has to be applied to a hydrated lawn. You got to get it watered in off the leaf blades. All right, you got to get it off those leaf blades. If you spray Hydretain on your grass and it gets hit with 100-degree weather, it's going to scorch the grass. You got to get it watered off the leaf blades down into the soil, to the root zone. I'll tell you one of the cheat codes I did, and a lot of people didn't do it. I did a core aeration to this. That's the machine that runs over, pull the plugs out. If you're able to do that now, it's still a good idea. Have a core aeration. The plugs will come out. It's up to you if you want to get them up. I'm not going into that, but those holes are valuable. Once those holes are open up, it's a great time to water it again. Get the soil right. Put down the Granular Hydretain. All right. Water that stuff in. When it rains, it's going to get a little bit deeper into the soil, closer to the root zone. And you can also do the liquid with that also. Got to manage how you put it down. They'll tell you, I think 9 ounces per 1,000 square feet, something like that. So if you do the Granular and you do the liquid, do the Granular, put you down 4 ounces of liquid per 1,000. Get it watered in. That's the component that people are missing. You cannot put it down and leave it there, guys. If you put Hydretain, I'm gonna keep repeating this. If you spray it on this yard with 100-degree weather, it's going to scorch it. You got to get it watered in off the leaf blade. Best time to do it is in the afternoon versus early in the morning, because your grass is still has dew on it. All right, you want that dew to stay there as long as possible. So do it late in the afternoon. That'll give it time to absorb down into the soil with all that heat dissipating the water that you put in there. So guys, hopefully this will help my people out there in Texas, guys. I mean, I know you're struggling. I know the heat is there, but that's the only lawn hack that I know. All this other stuff people keep telling you to do with special fertilizers, which you can put down a 7-0-20 YardMastery, but that's not going to prevent your grass from going dormant in the heat. The only thing that 7-0-20 is mainly going to do with that 20% potash is help it recover from the drought once the rain returns. All right, it's a quicker recovery fertilizer. All right, guys, you're tuned into Bermuda Grass Central with BYD. If you haven't hit that follow button, guys, I don't know what's holding you back, guys. More information, more learning on this channel. No jokes and tricks over here.